250 Gemstones culture represents a nation of people that strive for excellence and greatness every single day. We are more than journalism. We are a revolution. Come on, let's kick this door down and let everybody know we up in here. The 250 Gemstones News TV channel. This is a channel that represents a nation of people that strive for excellence and greatness every single day. I am your host, Michael T. Porter, and I have another bomb news segment for you. I'm bringing the news to you like no other. But before I begin, y'all hit the like button, the subscribe button, that share button, hit that notification bell so you know when I'm dropping. Also, check out my Spotify podcast, the 250 Gemstones Culture Podcast. Link is in the description. Y'all stay and watch the whole video. We need to talk. This nigga Stanley Ford will be doing 9 life sentences out there in Ohio for burning down 2 different homes on the same street. You heard me right. This man killed a couple in one home and a family of 5 in another home. 2 parents, 5 children, 7 in one home and a couple in another home. Altogether, 9 people. He burned down 2 homes on the same street. I got 3 videos actually for you. So the first video is going to break down the story. The second video is going to be the trial. And the third video is going to be the sentencing. I really want you guys to pay attention to all 3 because it's a very revealing of the type of world that we live in. It's absolutely demonic. But us, me and you, we going to change it. We damn right we going to change it. We ain't going to ever submit to anything that's going to keep us from being great. I will catch y'all on the other side to give you my opinion. Let's go.
Quick moving.
It's poison, man. If somebody's in there, they're dead, man.
Police say 5 children and 2 adults were killed by what they are calling a devastatingly quick-moving fire.
We do know that this was an intentional human act, and this was a set fire.
The video showed a suspect. There were 3 attempts to light the home on fire.
You know, Angela was white, Dennis was black. I could see people not liking that.
Patrick had set Angela on fire 12 years prior and went to prison for it for an extended period of time.
I've never had fatal fire happen.
Look at that home, y'all. Look at this home. This Satan right here. This is a satanic act. Look at the home. Burnt that home up. It looks haunted.
Twice on the same street. He felt like he was, an angel of the neighborhood. That God placed him in the neighborhood to watch over it.
The key is, who was the man running down the street? His intent, his plan was to kill them. All 9 of these people knew they were going to die. That was his plan.
Your wife is in a bar. You said she's unresponsive?
This is what he's going to tell you.
I got a fire going on Fulton Avenue. It's fully engulfed. I think there's people in the house. I heard a loud bang. I looked out and this house was going.
Damn.
It's poison, man. It's right up here quick. I can feel the heat. The lights are going out. It's burning quick, man. If somebody's in there, they're dead, man. Hey, they're on their way right now. Oh, my God.
Y'all look at that.
It was the first of what would be 2 fatal fires on the very same block.
That fire resulted in the deaths of 2 people, Gloria Hart and Lindell Lewis. And they both perished in the upstairs bathroom of that.
Oh, this is the first. Okay, this is a couple, just a black couple. Okay. This is the first fire on the same street.
Structure.
They were yelling for help and people were trying to help them and they just could not get out. They were an elderly couple and the smoke just, got to them.
Lewis was a family man loved by many who often spent time with his children and grandchildren.
He was a good person. He was a God-fearing person.
The investigators from the Ohio State Fire Marshal's office became very suspicious of the fire based on the burn patterns on the outside of the house. And they noticed that Lindell Lewis and Gloria Hart had a video system on their house.
The video showed a suspect. There were 3 attempts to light the home on fire, so you would see a figure walking to the house.
So this is the first house. So we pretty much got the gist of it. Now we're about to go to the second house. This is just the black couple, the older black couple. This fool set their house on fire. Now we're about to go to the second house on the same street with the 5 kids and the 2 parents.
Akron 911. What's the address of the fire? I don't know. It's almost gone. The whole house is almost burnt up. It just did another big old boom. It just keeps on popping like it's an explosion. That's what woke me up.
Tragedy for certain in Akron tonight, where police say 5 children and 2 adults were killed by what they are calling a devastatingly quick-moving fire.
That was the worst fire fatality incident I've ever seen in the city of Akron. The fire started on the outside of the structure, and there was no other exits to leave the house from the second floor.
The bodies were discovered in the second floor bedroom. The parents were on top of 3 of the young children, and another child was found inside the room along with their family dog. The oldest child was found inside of a stairway. They were choking essentially to death based on this.
Ooh, look at what this evil man did. This is Satan. Look at that house. They did their best. These 2 loving parents did their best to protect their babies from the fire, and they all got burnt up.
Smoke and the carbon monoxide that, overtook them.
Tonight we have the photos of those children to put a face to the names that are making all of this news. They are 1-year-old Cameron Huggins, 3-year-old Olivia Huggins, 5-year-old Kylie Huggins, 6-year-old Dicea Huggins, 14-year-old Jared Boggs, the father Dennis Huggins, the mother Angela Boggs.
The way they described how the family was discovered, with Dennis and Angela covering, the children, just safety in his arms. And I know the children didn't know what was going on exactly, but I know they felt safe.
Tonight, Stanley Ford now waits for his sentence after a jury found him guilty of the murders of 9 people in 2 separate house fires in Akron. It is the largest death penalty murder case in Summit County history. Amanda Abraham has more.
We, the jury, further find the defendant, Stanley Ford, did commit the offense of aggravated murder.
The jury found that Stanley Ford was responsible for setting 2 homes on fire a year apart in his neighborhood. The first was in April of 2016. A fire killed Lindell Lewis and Gloria Jean Hart. The second in May the following year. 7 members of the Boggs and Huggins family were killed. Ford has maintained his innocence, but prosecutors say Ford had a history over the years of arguing with his neighbors.
The 2 faces of Stanley Ford. The one friendly, nice, concerned neighbor. The one who claimed to be an angel of God sent to watch over the neighborhood. And the second face being the fallen angel who worked in darkness to murder those that he perceived threatened his community.
They say security camera video and alarm records show someone going to and from those houses back to Ford's home up the street. The defense pointed to other possible suspects in the fires.
The reason we point these suspects out and we point out the lack of investigation as it relates to the rest of the suspects is because it creates doubt.
But the jury found Ford guilty of 26 out of the 29 counts he was facing. While the first home has been torn down, This home, where the Boggs and Huggins family lived, still sits along Fultz Avenue. It stayed up for the trial. Neighbors say what's left leaves behind a tragic reminder of the lives lost. No word yet on its demolition.
Required to come back on Monday.
The jury will be back in the courtroom next week for the sentencing phase. Jurors will decide on whether they will recommend the death penalty in the case. Amani Abraham.
Where the Stanley Ford trial has been taking place. Stanley Ford will be spending the rest of his life in prison. The sentence handed down today in a Summit County courtroom after a jury found Ford guilty in the deaths of 9 of his neighbors. Amani Abraham joins us now with more on this. Amani?
Hi, Betsy. Yeah, it was a case that spanned more than 4.5 years and included a mistrial during the pandemic. Today, it came to a close. Summit County Common Pleas Judge Christine Croce sentenced Stanley Ford to 9 consecutive life sentences and an additional 21 years. A jury found him guilty for setting 2 separate fires that killed 9 people. The first one in April of 2016 that claimed the lives of Lindell Lewis and Gloria Jean Hart. Then, a year later, another fire that left 7 dead in the Boggs and Huggins family, including children. Today, Judge Croce was brought to tears.
And many people will see this type of emotion for me as a sign of weakness. I consider it compassion for all of you, because these are senseless, they're tragic, and completely unnecessary. The compassion that the Huggins' family has shown you, that you refuse to show your neighbors, is if you show them half of that, they would still be alive today.
Judge Croce also ordered Ford to solitary confinement on specific days, including the dates of the deadly fires and the birthdays of the children killed. Now, Ford declined to make a statement in court, and today his defense attorneys pointed to a possible appeal. Amani Abraham, 3 News.
I know this has been top of mind for a lot of folks around Akron. We appreciate the update, Amanda.
Would y'all like my opinion? Would y'all like some of this 250 Gemstones News TV commentary? Well, of course you do. That's why your ass is here. There was a lot of speculation. I was trying to look for, I read about it, but I won't take up too much time. I know y'all got stuff to do, but I had to get this out. They were fighting to get Stanley Ford, this creep, this monster, this demon. They were fighting to get him a a death penalty. They wanted, the people couldn't figure out how come he didn't get the death penalty. But the judge said she was showing compassion by giving him 9 life sentences. So 9, the average person lives about 65. 9 times 65. What's the math? Hold on. Because they wanted this nigga dead. Nine times 65. Ooh. 585 years. That's pretty much what he got sentenced to. 585 years. Ooh. But a lot of people say that wasn't enough. Me personally, I don't know if this man can be rehabilitated. I don't think so. Only God knows, but I truly believe when somebody burned somebody to death, children, you burn 5 children to death alongside their mother and father. And prior to that, you burn an older couple just trying to live out the rest of their days in peace. You burnt them up too. This man is Satan. Now, if I'm wrong. Sorry, God, but he needs to go. I think the death penalty, I mean, it ain't gonna bring the family back, but it's just tricky. I mean, it doesn't bring the family back. It doesn't bring the loved ones back. Well, see, when you talk about death, you're talking about people that's never coming back. They'll never take another breath ever again. And he robbed those children. He burned up children, burned them up. I don't think he could be rehabilitated. What y'all think? Y'all think this man could be rehabilitated? And he's older. He has to be in his late 50s. Look like he's in his 60s. How old is Stanley Ford? Hold on, y'all. They said his age, but let me just make sure. Because it says Stanley Ford. Yep, I was right. 62. 62. Listen. So he committed the crimes 4 years ago. So he was 57. Nah. This nigga got to go. Death penalty probably would have been best for him, but you know, when you talk about seeing your babies come into your room, when you see, well, they can't even see their babies. Their mother, he killed the mother and father too. So this man wiped out a family of 7 and 2 elderly people. He has to go. But I'm talking about the people that love them, the extended family, the grandparents, the uncles, like to know what happened in that house, to know how wicked people can be. They're suffocated by the smoke, and they literally burn, like their skin and they burn to death. Now, I don't know how severe. I know they were killed, and the way they said the parents sheltered the 3 children from the flames. Imagine you just at home and all this smoke and all this fire, and it's burning so fast. And they caught his ass putting the lighter fluid and just set the home on fire. Burned to death. You can't see where everything's at. It's extremely hot. He brought this family of 7 and the couple. He brought these 9 people to hell. That's what he did. He brought these 9 innocent people to hell. This man is a demon. The death penalty, yeah, we'll get him up out of here so he can get a dose of it. I believe in eye for an eye. You get a dose of your own medicine. Get this nigga up out of here. It's so unfortunate that this 9 innocent people have to lose their lives because demons like this are walking around here. This man was 57 when he committed this crime. 57, 58. I don't think he can be, well, he's 62 minus 4, that's 58. He was 58 when he committed this crime. I don't think a 58-year-old man who's burning people to death can be rehabilitated. I just don't think so. But y'all flood my comments. Do y'all think the judge was wrong for not, or judge or the jury was wrong? No, the judge stopped it. So y'all think the judge was wrong for intercepting the death penalty for Stanley Ford? What kind of human being does this? Y'all let me know. 250 capital G News. I'm gone.